Hello everyone, my name is McKenna Moore and I created the Ball State ABA Master's Students group on Facebook. In the group, I've noticed that a lot of us were confused on the Celeration charts. What is it? How do we use it? What is a SAFMED? So I'm gonna hopefully cover, a lot of questions that a lot of people had in this presentation. Again, this is going to be very bare bones and basic, but I hope this helps people. And I hope this can point you in the right direction if this still doesn't help. So as I was saying, here's some more resources that helped me make this slideshow. Highly recommend watching both of these videos over and over. If you cannot find a Celeration chart to fill out by hand, you can go to this website and download the chart and print it that way. Again, I created this resource for my classmates at Ball State. It's meant for study purposes and review purposes only, and I'm just here to help and help clarify things. So, as you can see, this orange line here represents the amount of days on this chart. As you can see, this chart goes from 0 all the way up to 140 days. I know this chart looks very overwhelming, so I'm going to break it down, section by section. So these lines represent the start of the week. These lines represent a Sunday, and they've been highlighted in purple. So each purple line you see is a Sunday. Okay, so that implies the existence of weeks in the chart. So I made this kind of color-coded thing to help people understand, what all the lines mean. So again, purple line, Sunday. This green line here, that's a Monday. This pink line here, that's a Tuesday. Wednesday is orange. Thursday is yellow. Friday is red. And Saturday is blue, so on and so forth. At the top, though, if you're a graphic on your own and need to orient yourself, you can see Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can kind of orient yourself with the lines. But each day has a corresponding color represented in the week, as I just talked about, and there are 20 total weeks in this chart. So this is weeks, up here is 20. Remember, we got 140 days down here. So this chart is broken up into 6 sections, also known as cycles, and you'll probably hear them referred to as cycles from here on out. So I just wanted everyone to be aware that that's what these are. They're called cycles, and they're basically 6 sections of the chart. On the left, these big and bold numbers that start with 1, so you can see 1, 10, 100, and 1000 tell us what to count by and where to count from. So if that doesn't make a lot of sense, hopefully this zoomed in chart will help you understand. So as you can see, we're zoomed in a little bit. This is our 1 line. So every time we see one of these thicker numbers, the number we count by changes, specifically at 1, 10, 100, and 1000. And what I mean by that is, okay, I have a count of 1 behavior per minute. Okay, that's pretty easy. Graph it on the 1 minute mark, right? Okay, let's count. If we're counting up by ones in this section, that implies that this is 2. Okay, this is 3. All right, cool. 4, 5, right? This whole line is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we're at 10, another big number. We're going to start counting differently. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now we're counting by 100s in this section. 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. You get the gist. Each time we see one of these big numbers on the left, we're changing how much we count by. Also, your data isn't going to be an even horizontal line across the graph here. So let's say you have 15-ish counts of a behavior per minute, give or take. So you want to orient yourself, find what day you're plotting your information, all of that. And then you want to look, okay, so 10, I got 15. So let's go up about halfway in between 20 per minute, and 10 per minute, and plot a point there. Just take your best educated guess when plotting these kind of in-between points. So, as you can see, you may also have plots under the 1 minute mark. Now, I will say for SAFMEDS and for Ball State and what we need to be doing for our classes right now, you're going to want to focus on the upper part of this chart. We're going to be starting at 1. But I did want to, this is a comprehensive presentation. I wanted to highlight, it's the same type of deal in this chart on the underside. So this is less than 1 minute. So we're still counting every time we see one of these bigger numbers. So we're counting by 0.001. That's this line. We go up one line, we're at 0.002. Okay, when we get to this line, we start counting by 0.01. We go up 2 from there, that's 0.03. We start counting by 0.1. This line, we go up 1, that's 0.2. So it's just very simple stuff like that. But I wanted to give a general, overall look. You can have data anywhere on this chart and the same rules apply all the way up kind of thing. And I just wanted to remind everybody about how the chart is split up into cycles. So the vertical axis addresses time. This includes seconds, which isn't as relevant, minutes and hours. So there might come a time where you have, a client or something that you have to start under a minute. Again, as I said, for our SAFMEDS, we're going to be starting at the minute line. So what we're doing doesn't really matter for this sort of thing. But, in the event that it would, remember this chart from before. This is the previous example. So I kind of want to show you how to read it real quick. So all you do is you go to your plot point and you kind of just follow that line all the way to the right. And as you can see, this comes out to 1.002 behaviors per minute, comes out to 1 behavior per 8 hours. You can go over here, see hours, again highlighted in red. Look at our star, and we're at 8 hours. So I hope that makes a little bit more sense. But again, that isn't as relevant right now. So here's how to chart our SAFMEDS. So I was confused initially. I know a lot of people were, and this is really what people want to know how to do because this is our assignment, right? So your professor should have given you a list of terms. Both of my classes were around 60 terms, and what they want us to do is practice, almost every day, and basically chart how many we get wrong and right, and how many we get through per each attempt. So basically, we have to chart the best attempt, obviously, but they want you to practice multiple times in one sitting. So you're trying to see how many cards you can get through in a minute. So let's say on the 22nd of August, I got through 7 correct in a minute, and I got 10 wrong also, and my total that I went through was 17 cards. So that's all we're really keeping track of. They have a link, or my teacher sent me a link to download a chart to keep track of this sort of thing. It kind of looks like this. I just made this one up in Word real quick, but you get the gist. So I wanted to go ahead and break down this chart. So as you can see, I've kind of coded this. You will obviously not be using the colors I've used. Just use black or whatever, your pencil. But as you can see, everything has its own kind of symbol with it. So errors, you're going to want to put an X. And again, that's the amount of cards or terms that you get wrong per that 1 minute. Now, I got 7 that time, right? And I'm going to put a circle where I got 7 because that's the amount I got correct. Now, our record for this class and for this exercise is going to be 1 minute. So let's zoom in to focus on August and September. This chart does last for 20 weeks. So as you can see, and don't let this confuse you. The day is first, and then the month, and then the year. But as you can see, it goes all the way up to December and into the new year. So obviously we want to focus on this portion of the chart. So I hope I can explain and do just that. So let's just take this step by step. I brought this back in just to kind of help us with the weeks. But when you're charting your data, you want to do it, often, and you want to kind of have like a calendar or two to orient yourself, make sure you're plotting on the right day. But just as an exercise, let's see. So on the 22nd, we're going to put our dash, our orange little dash. That's at the 1 minute. Okay. What day did the 22nd fall on? Let's see. That fell on a Tuesday. So we can always orient ourselves with the Wednesday line. All right. And we can, oh, not Tuesday, Thursday. Sorry. But we can always kind of figure out where we are. Wednesday, one line over to the right is Thursday. So we've plotted that correctly right here. So then the amount of answers we got correct was 7. So we're going to find our 5 and count up by ones, 6, 7, and plot our little dot there. And our little X is going at 3 more because we missed 10 on the 22nd. So this is what our data kind of looks like for the day. Our best run on the 22nd, we got 7 correct in a minute, 10 wrong in a minute, and 17 total cards per that minute. Same thing, going down the chart, we're plotting at 1 minute for the 25th. We got 12 for the amount we got correct, which is good. That's going up. We got less incorrect this time, so it's slightly below the line. Again, you have to guesstimate kind of, and it's hard to do on the computer. But of course, you can be a little bit more precise with your pencil, and that's comforting. But as you can see, the amount that we're getting right is going up. We're actually probably going to meet our mastery goal dates way before December. We're probably going to hit it by the end of September with how this line is going. But, you can follow along and just graph as I have like this one by one. But you can use this key above to plot the errors, the correct numbers in the record floor. And again, it's always 1 for SAFMEDS. And I'm sorry for the typo there. But I hope that this was helpful. I know that making this presentation and breaking down each step and just, involving myself in this learning process certainly helped me. But this will be available, to watch whenever, so you can always come back to this. And I hope this helps everyone. Have a nice day.